Of all the college football podcasts that I watch, which is a ton, and I love every one of y'all. I mean, you guys are top notch, great content, great information. But I've caught a couple of two or three, maybe four podcasts where they was talking about their coaching Mount Rushmore, and one name is never mentioned. And I'm fixing to set the record straight on that because this man that I'm fixing to discuss should be in the middle of a four coaching Mount Rushmore, and that is Barry Switzer. But before we get into it, I'm going to bring the man in and give us a pep talk. Take it away, Coach.
Big Eight Conference. For the last 14 years, we win today. We'll have won 11 Big Eight Conference championships. Everybody I read in the Southwest Conference, they talk about Texas in the last 10, 12 years has won 2 Southwest Conference. Houston 3. A&M finally won 1 in 18 years. People don't know what it is to be champions. Oklahoma invented it.
Damn right, Coach. Oklahoma invented this shit. Now, let's jump into this. The narrative I always hear about coaches is their first 3 years. Okay, I get that. So what I did is I compiled a list of coaches along with Coach Switzer to see what they did in their first 3 years. But before we jump into it, hop down in the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no if Coach Switzer don't belong on the college coaching Mount Rushmore. And also, if you don't mind, like the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit the red subscriber button and turn on your post notification bell. That way you don't miss any content that I will be uploading. And also share this video if you don't mind. Because like I said, I do all kinds of OU football related content, the history, etc. So let's jump into this. I've been bowling mad about this all day. So what I did, like I said, the narrative I've been hearing in every podcast I've ever heard is the first 3 years. So when the conversation switched to the college coaching Mount Rushmore, not one damn mention of Barry Switzer. Now let me tell you what Barry did in his first 3 years. In 73, now mind you, from 73 to 75, we was on probation. So in 73, we couldn't be put on TV and we wasn't eligible to go to postseason play. But Barry Switzer's first season in 1973, the man goes 10-0-1, tied USC 7-7. That was with John McKay and Sam Bam Cunningham and all them great players that USC had, but we tied their ass. And he won the Big Eight Conference Championship. 74, still on probation, went out and kicked everybody's ass. Went 11-0, Big Eight Conference Championship while on probation and not being able for postseason play. We won the national championship. 75, we lost one game to Kansas, but we tied first for the Big Eight Conference Championship. And in 76, the first time that we've got to be put on TV since the end of 1972, we didn't kick the shit out of Michigan, but we beat their ass and won his second natty. Back to back. That's his first 3 seasons. And from 73 to 1980, he either shared or won outright Big Eight Conference championships, 3-time national championship, and overall record of 157, 29, and 4 in 2 undefeated seasons. So I went back looking at other coaches. John McKay at USC, his first 3 seasons, 1960, 4-6, 1961, 4-5-1, 1962, 11-0. He won 4 natties, and his overall record was 127, 40, and 8. Eric Parsegan from Notre Dame, 64, 9 and 1, 65, 7 and 7, 2 and 1, 66, 9, 0 and 1, won 2 natties, and his overall record at Notre Dame was 95, 17 and 4, but his overall record from other coaching stints was 170, 58 and 6. John Robinson, another USC coach, first 3 seasons. 1976 won 11 and 1, 1977 8 and 4, 1978 12 and 1, one natty, 104 35 and 4. Now, this next coach I'm going to discuss, he is the GOAT. I give the man his flowers. Nick Saban, probably the greatest coach that ever set foot on college football, which belongs on the Mount Rushmore. But let's see what he did in his first 3 seasons. First at LSU, 2000, 8 and 4, 2001, 10 and 3, 2003, 8 and 5, one natty, which he beat us, and his overall record at LSU was 48 and 16. His first 3 years at Bama, 2007, I think he went 6 and 6, or maybe 7 and 6 because I think they won the Independence Bowl. 2008, 12 and 2, 2009, 14 and 0. Now, Saban, he won 6 natties. His overall record at Bama was 201 and 29. But he didn't win a back-to-back until 2011 and 2012. And just like Coach Switzer, he went 2 undefeated seasons. Now, granted, like I said, Nick Saban is the GOAT, great football coach, but it pisses me off to no end when I hear you young bucks out there talking about your Nick Sabans, Kirby Smarts, this and that. And y'all make no one goddamn mention of Barry Switzer when you need to go back and look at the man's record. He belongs on the Mount Rushmore of greatest football coaches. Yeah, y'all's going to come back and say, well, that bullshit he did back in 1989 when he resigned. Yes, I know that. I'm very well of that. I lived through that. But I tell you what, from the time Barry Switzer took over head coach, there wasn't a son bitch alive that could match OU in that dominance in the 70s and 80s. And we kind of fell off there, and we didn't pick it back up till 84. So when y'all start talking about college football Mount Rushmores, you need to give Barry Switzer his flowers. That man earned it. Plus, does your coach, does he have a Super Bowl championship? No, they don't. There's only 3 coaches in college football that went from coaching college to the pros that's got Super Bowls. That's Pete Carroll of USC, Jimmy Johnson of Miami, and Barry Switzer of Oklahoma. Pete Carroll went to Seattle, won 1. Jimmy Johnson went to Dallas, won 1 or 2. Barry Switzer won 1. But yet y'all want to sit there and talk about your Kirby Smarts and your Nick Sabans and this one and that one. And y'all either you're a hater or you don't look up your information when you're talking about the Mount Rushmore of college football coaches. Hell, y'all don't even put Bear Bryant on there. And Bear Bryant was a damn good coach. So that's my little rant. I've been stewing about this all day long. But I'm setting the record straight. Barry Switzer, well, my Mount Rushmore is in the middle, and everybody else is flanking. Just because of what he done. I haven't seen a coach in their first 3 years in all this compilation that I looked up that went undefeated and won in their first 3 seasons, went back to back as a national champion. Barry did. That's got to speak something. And plus, Barry recruited at a high level. I wish I would have loved to have seen a first year Nick Saban at Alabama and a first year Barry Switzer at Oklahoma. And not only that, Barry was an innovator. Yeah, the wishbone was invented by Darrell Royal of Texas, but by God, Oklahoma, we perfected it, and we still got some standing records. But I'm going to let y'all fact check me that there's a couple of records Oklahoma still has, and when Barry Switzer took over. So there's my rant. Sorry I cussed, but is what it is. But y'all have a nice evening. God bless. Take care of one another. This is Legend. We'll see you on the backside.